Minimum wage is going up, y'all.
They're gonna have more robots. You guys are already seeing that. It works really well. Your kids love it. I mean, these robots are singing happy birthday to you. It's all fun and dandy now. A decade from now, it's all those jobs, all those minimum jobs that are raising, it's temporary.
Okay, Charles, Lisa, we are live. Hopefully everybody is having a good day so far. There's a lot on today's agenda, but mostly we're just gonna chill. Let's talk about the next topic. Minimum wage is going up, y'all. How do y'all
So let's
feel about that, Charles?
ask the audience first. Audience, how do you guys feel about that before we say anything?
Maybe I could share, how I feel about it. I mean, it's the same as when everybody was asking for those stimulus checks, right? Now we're paying for it, Now we're paying for it. Everything is...
It's not free.
Yeah, it ain't free. Nothing is free, y'all. Especially if it's coming from the government.
I'm not against minimum wage going up. I think it's great that it should go up, but I think that everybody else's wages should go up. Using consumer goods to pump up the economy. Now, us in the middle class sector, we're penny pinching. We're budgeting a lot more so than we normally would because we no longer can afford the goods that allow for people to have minimum wage, right? Because as minimum wage goes up, cost of goods goes up, but everybody else that was buying these goods to begin with can't afford it anymore. Then what will happen?
It's a political thing.
It is.
If minimum wage going up, it's a political thing.
It's heartbreaking. And here's how that's going to affect real estate, guys. It can be a very profitable time to be in real estate if you do utilize creative financing. And there's so many other ways to do this. So that's why when I mentioned earlier, don't step over dollars to pick up pennies. There's so many ways to do real estate. And if you utilize what you have, utilize what you guys can get approved for and everything like that, and maximize that and do every other creative way, you can really still succeed. The most successful real estate portfolios happen during the downfall of the market, right?
A lot of agents are leaving the industry. A lot of agents are leaving the industry. Like, man, I think we talked about the data a few shows ago, right, Lisa? Yep. So many agents are leaving the industry because they're going back to their 9-to-5s because it's a tough time right now to be even a sales agent. It can be profitable, but then like what you said right there, creative financing, there's a lot of people offering that. If you know how to structure a creative financing technique with the owners or anything like that, and you're a real estate investor, you could come up on top to create a win-win situation for the owners and yourself.
And a lot of times you don't even need banks for that, guys. So yeah, that's a great idea. Usually Chia and I, we talk about residential real estate, but there's so many commercial real estate that's happening right now too.
Or buy another business, make it good, flip it for a profit. Charles, how do you feel about minimum wage going up?
I just feel like it's just going to continue to increase the prices of everything. I just saw that, Newsom's going to change the minimum wage to $20. We just raised the minimum wage in the past 5 years or so from 12 up to 15 and now 16, and then we're going up further. And I know that they mentioned it's going to continue to go. Same thing Lisa was saying. It's just like with consumers trying to purchase things. Back in the day, you could buy a burger for 39 cents at McDonald's. Now, granted, this was when I was a kid. That was 20 years ago. Just in the last couple of years, those prices have gone up. And then when you go to the store and you try to buy all these other things, there's been a lot of reasons why these prices have changed, and COVID obviously affected a lot of that.
It's crazy. It's crazy you say that because me and my wife was talking, right? We're like adding prices and trying to penny pinch and adding everything up. We're like, gosh, it costs just as much to go buy a grocery and make myself something versus me just going to a store and buying something that's already made. Yeah. Plus, I don't have to clean up. Plus, I don't waste all the overage on the grocery that I bought. Now it goes bad. I throw it out. I wasted it. I had to go back and buy it again because they don't just sell it one by one. They sell it in like portions. So we were just talking about, we're like, man, screw this. Like, we don't need to go grocery no more. We just buy something from the store that's already ready. If you want a burger, just go buy a burger instead of trying to make our own burger because it costs just as much, if not more now. It's so crazy, right? And
even some of these places that prepare the meals for you, they're cheap. Whereas opposed to you buying all that stuff and picking it all out just right and then spending hours making dinner and all this other stuff. It's crazy. Yeah. It's just crazy.
Now my sriracha sauce super expensive too. Like things like that, So like you start adding all that up and you're like, oh my gosh, like I don't even want to eat this meal anymore. I just want to put this meal in my saving account.
See, here's the thing. That's the light of it, guys. But in the truth and reality of it, let's just talk about how that affects our business, right? How it affects
our industry.
And here's the thing. People who have budgeted and bought this home, and especially if you're kind of close to the cusp right there right now, and usually, right, because you're a working parent, you come home, you get your kids dinner at a fast food joint or any restaurant of that matter. Now, instead of it being $5 a kid, it's now $10, $15 a kid. So the budget doesn't work as well, and you're forced to have to be creative and do something different. So here's where the pickle that I'm seeing. I'm seeing that people who are in the middle class area, they're gonna be like, okay, it's costing me more in groceries. I can't decrease my mortgage. I can't do any of this stuff. I don't have room. I got 4 kids, so I don't have space to actually rent out. And we need the garage space for X, Y, and Z. So they're either going to be forced to sell, even if they don't want to, and deal with the fact that, okay, we're going to have to go into another city, buy and sell to another city, or possibly face losing our house in total. It's a terrible thing to think about. And I'm not here to spread fear or anything like that, but think of all that budgeting, guys, first before that actually happens, is what I'm saying. I'd like for you guys to just take a look at that situation and understand that raising minimum wage makes it so much more difficult for people who are already currently homeowners to budget for their family. Now, the other pickle is, let's just say, hey, you're in a good state and everything like that, but you want to upgrade. But why is inventory not going up? Because people who already own homes are like, okay, I can still afford this for now and everything like that, right? We're just going to remodel our house. We're just going to clean up our yard. We're just going to do this. We're not going to upgrade anymore. We're not going to sell our house. And even if they go upgrade, they're utilizing whatever rent money that they can, because they already got an affordable mortgage and everything like that, to offset the higher mortgage, to offset the fact that goods are going to be more expensive. So again, we're going to be in this trickle for a while, guys.
And you make a really good point. That's the scary thing about it, is that the more and more people that are forced out of being able to buy homes or being forced out of owning their own home, they're going to be the ones that end up living out of their car or going to buy an RV and living out on one of these streets that's just not good. It's really unfortunate where this is going. Obviously, you think, okay, well, minimum wage is $20 and that's going to make everything better for everyone, but it's really not, though. What is that really solving? Okay, again, I don't want to age myself, but it's gone up crazy in the last 20 years, right? Minimum wage was $6.25 when I was 18. And now it's about to be $20? That's insane. That's crazy. That was 1998.
I'm just messing with you. You guys are talking about all the domino effects, right? We forgot to talk about the tenants, the people that are renting. It's gonna affect them like crazy, because guess what? When the mortgage goes up because of the taxes and everything, the landlord is gonna have to increase rent.
Correct.
And if they increase rent, if you can't afford it, you're gonna be living in the streets now, doing what Charles was saying, getting an RV or downgrading or moving in with friends and family, for the time being. Like, did you guys hear about that lady? She's a veteran on the news. I forgot where. But she got kicked out of her home, and now she's homeless because she couldn't afford her rent anymore, because rent went up due to everything around her going up: gas, groceries, energy, and she didn't have enough to pay for rent anymore. So she's in the streets right now, and it was on the news.
I don't know if you guys have visited San Francisco. I think I spoke about this a while ago on one of the shows, but I'll reiterate it again. I had out-of-town guests coming in for my brother's wedding, so we took them to San Francisco. And I kid you not, Chinatown was just not the same Chinatown that I grew up with. It was dirty. It was dingy. All the businesses were so shut down. Our favorite bakery completely shut down. When we were there, we actually were staying at the Hyatt, which is not a terrible hotel, guys. It was actually a pretty nice hotel. On the line of that street, I saw gallons of milk on the outside of the car. I was like, what is this new thing? Is this a new hack that's going on? And as I'm looking in the cars, I'm seeing clothes on top of the windows and everything like that. People were living in the cars. And that's what you were mentioning earlier, Charles, because even though they're working, and that happened in Hawaii too, there is a homeless community where these people actually have work. They just don't have enough to afford the housing in Hawaii. So now that we're coming into California, you guys already saw, Chia, you spoke about that the last time. There is a affordable housing and a homeless camp that's going to be built in my neighborhood too, guys. And when people were talking about the last show that you were talking about, how I was like, hey, it's in my backyard, it's in everything. And again, I have a very, very soft spot for that. It's just, it has to be in a facility where these people actually have the help that they need, right? This facility was supposed to be built in my backyard, which means it's right next to a person that actually has a residence. It's a very, very, very small complex right across the street from a Rite Aid. And in my town, there's not very many things that we have because of what's going on right now. That is the trickle effect. That is the domino effect that's gonna happen. And it's great. You're gonna get a temporary surge of minimum wage going up. But guys, the mom and pop shops cannot survive this. They cannot afford to hire that. Then what's gonna happen? The big conglomerate corporates are going to monopolize that. They're going to monopolize that. They're going to switch it out, and they're going to have self-checkout. They're going to have more robots. You guys are already seeing that. It works really well. Your kids love it. I mean, these robots are singing happy birthday to you in a restaurant, right? It's all fun and dandy now.
Creepy, man. They try to get my dirty dishes to go and wash.
Right.
At this one restaurant.
It's to the point where the kids that my friends' kids, where we go out to them, they don't want a waitress anymore. They want to see the robot. So think about that, guys. It's going to be like that for the next few years. A decade from now, it's all those jobs, all those minimum jobs that are raising, it's temporary.
It's crazy that you mentioned SF. My daughter hasn't been SF for a long time, right? And she went with her dancing crew a while back, and she's like, Dad, I was so excited, but when I got there, I miss home so much. I want to come home right away because it was so bad. Like she was exposed to like people doing drugs on the streets, all of that. And then she's like, why is that even allowed? Like, we're walking there just trying to enjoy ourselves and the views and all that, and all that's happening around us. Like, I feel so bad for them, like it's like, and she's like 15. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Steven goes, minimum wage goes up to compensate for higher rent. Man, it's not even enough to compensate for rent. Do you think about this? Minimum wage goes up $5, right? Everything around them is going up already, so it doesn't even make up for everything that's gone up. They're still gonna come up short at the end of the month. And some places that have rent control, man, that's that's gonna be another topic for another day. Rent control. But I had a lot of fun today. All right, y'all, I'm gonna close it out. We're a little bit over. Have a good night. Thank you again. It was fun. We'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out. Share this video, like this video if you guys haven't done that yet. We love you guys. Good night.